Okay, the MTB Black was pretty much our flagship ball for 3 years. So we got a lot of feedback from it, and the feedback was most of it was positive, you know. But one of the key things that we do is we read, you know, what the readers write and what you guys blog about. We read all that stuff and put it down on paper, what the voice is for the customer. So one of the biggest things that we heard was that um, a lot of golfers playing golf today that maybe not generate enough spin with golf balls into the green. So if you're ever going to try to get better in golf, it's usually from 150 yards and in. So anytime you can add any kind of performance from 150 yards and in, it can only help your game. So better players typically are able to generate a lot of spin with their irons. Tour players generate too much spin with their irons. So when I was working with TaylorMade, the tour players used to ask us to take spin out of the golf ball with irons. Well, when you think about that, we're doing a design for a tour player. He's saying, I can't get to a back pin because the ball sucks back. I got to hit it in the fringe. If I hit the green, it pulls off to the front. So take spin out. Well, when you take spin out of 8, 9 pitching wedges for tour players, you're going the furthest you could possibly go to the average golfer. So the average golfer needs spin added in those shots, and we're taking spin out. So for better players, they can get away with it. Their impact is stronger. They create more spin. They can play the golf balls that the tour players play, but a lot of golfers can't. So if you're not able to generate spin rates that the ball hits and stops with irons, take a pitching wedge or an iron and hit a shot into a green. That ball comes into the green, hits and rolls to the back. You don't have enough spin in the golf ball. So if you can add something there to not make it spin and pull back, but at least stop closer. Stopping at 5 feet closer may take away a 3-putt. So that's what we focused on. We kept the driver spin the same on red and black. So there's not a big difference there. So they go pretty much the same distance, all golf balls do. But the big difference is when you hit a 8-iron, 9-iron pitching wedge or a wedge, we added a 4th layer into it, into red, to add spin for that shot. So if you play the golf ball that hits and releases, if we can add spin, it's going to help your game. That's MTB Red. That 4th layer is there only to add spin on the approach shots into the golf ball. Both golf balls have urethane covers. So there's soft urethane covers on the outside, firm mantles underneath them, so they create that little short game chip check spin. So you don't sacrifice anything or change anything close to the green. You don't really sacrifice anything with the drivers, but the difference is if you're going from driver to wedge, your drivers are going to be similar, your 4 or 5 irons are going to be similar, and then 7, 8, 9 a wedge will separate, red being higher spin. Sand wedge, 60, 40, 30-yard chip, come right back. So they're similar in the beginning, separate in the middle, and get close to the end when you get close to the green. That's the biggest difference. The MTB Black, we didn't want to change that product a lot because of the success we had with it. So what we could do with it is we could soften the sound up. So changing the core compression and lowering it makes the golf ball feel a touch softer. It lowers the spin rate a little bit more, which helps distance, and it doesn't sacrifice speed. So we changed the core of black to really affect the feel and the driver only. Everything else stays the same. Red, we added spin on the approach shots into the green. Tee shots and close to the green will be very similar.